So we're on the move. It's just after 9. We didn't leave the shelter till like 9 o'clock. It was the temperature last night was around 10 or 11. So that's what is that? 50, between 50 and 52. But the feels like was 6. So which would be about 42. And then, but that's like down in the main area of town. Up here on the mountain, I'm sure it was at least in the 30s. Thinking it was maybe 4 or 5 degrees. And so it was pretty cold. We had all our stuff hung up last night. Not one thing dried. Everything was still drenched. So we have our extra puffy suits and stuff like that. Puffy jackets that we keep dry. Today is going to be sunny. It's not calling for any more rain. Sun's supposed to start coming out around 10. So we have everything on my backpack drying, and we have on our kind of warmer sleep clothes, minus the puffy stuff, so that we keep that dry for tonight. And then I think like as soon as it warms up and the sun comes out, we'll take a lunch break at some point. I'll try to hang everything to dry. But even my feet are actually cold in the wet stuff this morning. It's been a long time since we haven't started till 9 o'clock. We were just saying, I think the last time we did that, not start till 9, was like in Georgia when it was that cold, when it was cold. But so we're supposed to be sunny today and tomorrow. Now, yesterday when I checked, I said in the last 24 hours, there had been 29 mils of rain. And it's supposed to be sunny today and tomorrow. And then on Wednesday, it's actually calling for 39 mils of rain. So we're going to have to make sure we set ourselves up. Oh, yeah, you could have camped up here. Oh, yeah, there's campsites and tent sites. There's the fire tower. Yeah. Oh, it says it's closed to the public. You can't climb it. Yeah. Yeah, they took the thing down. Yeah. Do not climb observation tower. Do not camp under or near tower. Okay. Huh. Anyway, so we are on the move, and we are just gonna do what we can do. Faith, did you look ahead? No, we didn't really even look ahead. But yeah, so we're just gonna get going, and if we have a lunch break, maybe we'll have if the sun comes out and we find a nice spot, maybe we'll have a hot lunch and put our stuff out to dry, take our liners out of our shoes, especially if it's like a nice rocky area, the sun beating down, things can dry pretty quickly. So yeah, so I'll show you whatever comes up for today. But yeah, the wind was really bad last night. It was, even when the rain stopped, the wind was just a howling in there. It was definitely hard to get out of the warm sleeping bags. But okay, so I'll show you whatever comes up. So it's 11:30, and we stopped and had a break here at this other shelter. This is a shelter we were considering getting to last night, but I got too cold and uncomfortable in the wet clothes, so we stopped back there. I did read that there would have been a beautiful sunrise coming through here, which it looks like there would have been, yeah. But yeah, so we're gonna just put her on, and there seems to be lots of shelter. There's another shelter in 4.6 where there's good water. Seems to be lots of good water after that. We do have a climb.
After the 12.
Yeah, I think we have a 1 mile climb heading out of here.
Yeah,
but it's nothing bad. Yeah. Yeah. So we'll just keep puttering through the day and see where we land.
My goodness.
Okay, so we're just still hiking along here, and we were just talking about how cold it was last night. And they said like it makes sense because it felt colder than what like the temperature, the weather said it was. And but this is the first time in a long time that we're up to just under 4,000 feet. And then this afternoon we're going to be climbing Stratton Mountain, and that's our first 4,000 footer in quite a while. So yeah, it makes sense why it was colder. It is starting to warm up. I can feel the sun coming through. I actually got a light layer of sweat going, which I didn't know that was actually good. Didn't feel like that was going to happen today, because even this morning as we were hiking, it still was pretty cold. But yeah, so this is pretty much what we were doing so far. I don't know, even though we got some climbing and stuff, I seem to like Vermont. It seems like there's lots of shelters, lots of water, lots of the issues that we normally are dealing with not knowing, like having the spaces too far apart, and they do allow stealth camping. So it looks like we have a lot more options for stuff here in Vermont so far. That's what it's looking like anyway. But yeah, so we were sleeping at almost 4,000 feet last night. That makes sense for the wind and the cold. And then we're going to be climbing our first 4,000 footer in a while this afternoon. So I'll show you what we can.
Oh my goodness. You're so little.
So we're at Story Springs Shelter. The sun is out, so we are taking the opportunity. We're going to have a little lunch. We're going to cook a small, short lunch, try to stay here no longer than maybe 45 minutes. But we're drying everything out in the sun and doing all the things, trying to even take the opportunity to make sure your feet dry out a bit. Yeah, we have a couple of days of sun to get re-dried, and then we're going to get hit again. But at least it's not like one time we had that. If you've been watching, it was like an 8-day stretch of rain. That was kind of crazy. This is a day, and then you get a couple days break. And then, yeah, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, there might be some rain on Tuesday, but it's not crazy amounts. But Wednesday is going to be worse than yesterday. So we got to make sure we get everything dried out, and we're going to plan on those rain days to plan around a shelter area, so that at least maybe, even though like when you hang stuff up to dry, it doesn't really dry, but at least we're not dealing with soaking wet tents on top too. And because in the one night too, like it's, especially if we're up high, it's going to be colder. And that one thing of rain it sounds like a crazy amount of rain, and you get the wind with it too. It might be better for us to be inside a shelter.
See if we can find a spot where we're dropping down.
Yeah, or find a spot where we're dropping down lower, so we're not up in the cold. But anyway, so we're gonna have a quick lunch here and then move on. We were seeing lots of moose scat, lots of those ponds. They all kind of look the same. We're just waiting to see a moose in it. That's what it kind of looks like. It's a moose's house. Lots of those little orange newts that are coming out after it rains like that. They tend to come out in the trail. There's all different sizes, some tiny, tiny, tiny ones. We're like trying not to make sure they don't get stepped on, but yeah. So it's been a good day. Nice camping spot right beside the river.
Oh yeah.
No big trees. Okay, so it's 5 o'clock and we are heading into a climb up Stratton Mountain. We got a 4-mile climb.
It looks pretty steep. I have no idea if it's rocky or what it is, but we do know it's 4 miles and it looks pretty steep. So, and the water up there, yeah, it says starting a 4 mile climb at 5 o'clock. And it said the water up there is kind of unreliable, but we had almost 30 mils of rain last night, thinking it's reliable.
You didn't want more than that.
No, that's okay. Yeah, we'll take that. Anyway, so we're just getting some water to make sure we can get up we have enough to get up the mountain. And then once we get up there, if there is water, we'll get some to make sure we have it for the night. And then we'll start looking for a campsite on our way down. Otherwise, we have to go all the way down to the shelter. So we'll see how this goes.
Okay, so we've only got about 0.1 to the tippy top of Stratton Mountain, right, Ron? Yeah, I think so. I didn't want to get on before on the way up and say that it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, because that usually jinxes myself and makes it worse. But for this long of a climb, and especially because it's at the end of the day, like it's almost 7 o'clock, or it might be 7 o'clock now. Usually those are the hardest on me, but I didn't feel that this climb was that bad. They really did it gradual, but
It was not bad at all.
No, but you knew you were climbing. For sure you were going up by the cold air. Like my nose is actually getting cold. As we were climbing, it got a little bit colder, a little bit colder, a little bit colder. And I was just thinking, oh, my nose feels like it's getting like a fall cold hit. And then Faye said, she's like, man, it's getting cold. So, we were climbing. But yeah, so we're pretty much close to the top here. And I'll show you once we get up there. I'm not sure what kind of view, if they have views or if it's just a fire tower. But we'll show you when we're there. Yeah, it's the caretakers, yeah. Yeah, so that's the caretaker's cabin there, and this is the fire tower, which there's no way I'm climbing that. Not even just because I don't want to make myself even more tired, but also with my TBI, I don't want to get up there and feel wobbly and weird and not be able to get down. So Faye's gonna go up and video for us.
Okay, I can't go any higher than this. I'm a little scared up here, but she's so pretty.
So we accidentally ended up night hiking. No, yeah. So we kept looking for, thought we'd come up to some sites. There was a grass site up at the top, but it was too cold up there. So we figured we'd find something when we were coming down, but we're not. So we're heading into the shelter. And so I don't want to video when we're going in there. It's too late. We'll have to put on our red lights. But yeah, so once we get to the shelter, we will have done 19?
Almost 20.
Almost 20 miles. Considering we left camp at 9, that was pretty good. Yep, so we're going to call it a night here, and we'll see you tomorrow.